Hi, and welcome to The Bright Balloon, a podcast where I'm sharing bright ideas for your balloon business. My name is Sarah Meyer, and I'm a balloon business owner like you, and I love the creative side of what I do, but I really love the business side, which seems to be the part where most people struggle. So I'm here to help. Each week, I'm bringing you an episode full of bite-sized tips you can use to make improvements in your business. I want you to make more money, eliminate stress, and learn along with me as we grow our creative businesses together. Welcome to The Bright Balloon, presented by 17 Hats. Hello and welcome to another episode. This is going to be our big episode of branding ideas. I feel like my business needs a bit of a glow up. Some of my stuff is looking old, my shirts are falling apart, my logo is outdated certain places, and I am doing a full refresh of my branding. So I'm going to share a lot of ideas of where you can put your branding or your logo to easily look professional and advertise your business at the same time. I did a pretty large install and I worked with like a production company, a lighting and entertainment company. So they roll in with their kit and their bases and their gear, and they just looked so professional. It was a really good reminder that there are a lot of things that I could do that don't take a lot of time, money, or energy that can heighten the appearance of my business and kind of elevate the way that we are perceived as a professional company. So I'm going to share all of my branding ideas right after we take a quick break and head over to the UGlue hotline. Welcome to the UGlue hotline, where we discuss great advice that sticks. Brought to you by ProTapes. If you have a question or some great advice to share, click the link in the show notes to call in and leave a voicemail.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Laura. I am owner of Partinista Events located in Los Angeles, California. And first of all, I just wanted to start off by saying, Sarah, that how much I appreciate your podcast. I have learned so much, and the resources that you share have just helped me so much along my journey in being a balloon business owner. So thank you so much for sharing all that wealth of information. And my little tip today is that if you ever use the UGlue dashes, the glue dots, and it's hard for you to remove them from a surface like a backdrop or the ceiling, something that I found that works versus trying to like use my fingernails to take them off because they have such strong adhesion, is that I use another glue dot to tap on top of the one that's stuck on the ceiling or on the backdrop, and it helps pull it off the backdrop. And I don't know if that makes any sense, but basically using another glue dot to remove the glue dot that's stuck on your backdrop or your ceiling or any surface, that'll help remove it versus like trying to use your fingers, because the adhesion, as we all know, is so strong on the UGlue dashes. So, that was my tip. I wanted to say that, and thank you guys so much. Bye-bye.
ProTapes is a leading manufacturer of specialty tape products like ProGaff, Pro Artist Tape, and our favorite balloon tape, UGlue, which helps you create amazing balloon arrangements and decorations in less time. You can save 5% on UGlue when you buy directly from Having a Party using code BRIGHT at checkout. Okay, welcome back. Let's start things off. Where can we put our branding? Where are we going to update? First of all, you need a logo that you like. You need branding that you like. So before you start, getting new shirts and putting your logo everywhere, I would recommend that it's one that you enjoy looking at. I just did a refresh of my logo about a year ago, and it's bold, it's colorful. I really like it. But in that year, I have not really updated it many places. So I have a lot of updating to do. The reason that I finally got my act together and updated my logo is because probably the biggest branding investment that I ever made was getting my van wrapped. It was like $4,000 or $5,000, and I didn't want to put a logo on there that I didn't love. So I did spend a lot of time. I made my own logo, but you can certainly find someone to make it for you, or you can, do what I did. I made mine in Canva and just tweaked it until I really liked it. And my biggest investment was getting the wrap on my van. I love it. If you have a van and you are holding off on getting it wrapped, I highly recommend going for it. That is far and beyond any of the things I'm going to recommend in this episode. That is like a big ticket item. But that is why I finally got my act together and updated my logo. Now, here are some of the areas where I need to get that logo updated so that I look really professional and consistent. I don't like when there's different logos on different things. The first thing is kind of a no-brainer, and that's going to be apparel. That's the first category. So shirts, I need to get updated shirts. And as much as I've tried to find an online resource for this, I think local is going to be the best option. This is one of those things where just like talking to someone and having someone local that's dependable feels like it's going to work out. I ordered t-shirts on Canva, and it's the one thing I've ever gotten on Canva that I wouldn't recommend. The quality wasn't good. They shrunk. They kind of pulled apart. The printing fell off. So really don't recommend the Canva printing. So I am going to find a new person to get some updated shirts made, and not just for me, but for my team. So I'm going to get a variety of sizes. And by team, I mean whoever's helping me. So sometimes that's a friend, sometimes that's Kate, sometimes that's Nicole, sometimes it's my husband. So I am just going to get a bunch of shirts made in a bunch of different sizes so that I have those ready for large events. Next up is my apron. I have a couple of aprons. The ones I love are from the Creative Heart Studio, and they are not branded. And when I think about it, sometimes I'll go to a job and I won't have an employee shirt on, right? I'll come from wherever and I'll just be wearing normal clothes. But if I can throw on an apron that already has my logo on it, then all of a sudden I'm wearing a uniform. So I am going to get my logo onto my apron, either embroidered or with a patch, which is my next recommendation. If you don't want to get your clothes or your jacket or your hat or everything embroidered, you can get custom patches made and then apply those. So if you just get 10 patches made, you can put those on your jacket, put those on your hat, put those on whatever, anything you have, your bag. You can add those on even with just like hot glue, honestly. And that's a cute way to add your logo in more of like a flexible way. And I mentioned the last few options where I have had my logo, and that's a hat. I love having a good hat because I always have bad hair. And then this one was an investment last year that I think has been the best piece of marketing I've ever gotten. And that was a winter jacket with my logo embroidered. So I got that made on Vistaprint. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was through Queensboro. But Vistaprint does good embroidery as well. Queensboro does embroidery, and you have to order the jacket through them as well, obviously, because they make it for you. But I got like a lightweight puffer jacket, and I wore that all winter. It was something I felt good in. It was warm, so it was functional. It had my logo embroidered just kind of on the right side of the front. And I wore that all winter, when normally I would wear like a t-shirt with my logo, but then you put your winter coat over it and it doesn't even matter what you're wearing. Half the time for quick winter deliveries, I don't even take my coat off. I'm just dropping off or I'm running in real quick. So having my logo on my winter coat, it was probably like a $60 or $70 coat after the embroidery, but I still wear it as like my everyday jacket. I'm probably going to get another one, and I'm probably going to get them made for people that work for me. And then I also have a lightweight version, more of like, I don't even know what you would call it, like a shell jacket, like not a fleece hoodie, but like a windbreaker type of jacket. But the puffer jacket, the winter one, is the one that I have just lived in. It's lightweight enough that it doesn't feel bulky, and it looks really clean and professional. And I don't know why I waited so long to get one. So if you are in a colder climate where it's winter, like most of the year, like it is in Wisconsin, I highly recommend getting your logo put onto a winter coat. All right, let's take a break, and then I'm going to talk about gear. This is the area where I have completely neglected for the last 8 years. Like, I don't have marketing on any of my gear, and I'm going to talk about what I mean when we return. Are you ready to take your balloon business to the next level? Look no further than Having a Party Wholesale, your ultimate destination for all things balloons. Having a Party Wholesale is on the cutting edge of new products that will wow your clients, from top brands like Tuftex, Jamar, Anagram, Ellie's, Sempertex, Premium Conwin, and introducing Brookloon, a new balloon line created by the Having a Party family. They've got the widest selection to fuel your creativity. Join the successful league of professional balloon artists who shop at havinaparty.com. Okay, welcome back. In the beginning, I mentioned how the entire reason why I started thinking about my branding was because I was working side by side with this production company, and they had their name on everything. And it was for two reasons. It was for marketing, for advertising purposes, but it was also functional. So they have the same type of stuff we do, but just on a much more professional and sturdy, heavy duty scale. So they have base plates, but they're to hold huge trusses for like concert stage setups. So these base plates are probably like $1,000 each, and they're like 5 feet by 5 feet. They're like these massive base plates. And they had the name of their company just with a stencil like spray painted on there. So that was very functional, right? Because they don't want to lose those. They need everyone to know that they belong to the company. But as they were loading in, their branding, their name was on everything. You couldn't help but know who was in charge of the lighting and sound at that event. The other thing that I saw was a little bit more strategic, and that was like they had their name and their logo on littler things like sandbags. So this for me was like, hey, why am I not doing this? So here are some of the pieces of gear that I am going to be adding my logo to, and not just to market, but also so I get that stuff back. And the first is, like I mentioned, base plates. None of mine are labeled, and I am going to get simple stickers made on Sticker Mule with my logo, my website, probably my contact information as well, and just put a sticker on the inside of my base plates, because 99% of the time that's going to be covered with balloons. So I don't care that it's going to show. I'm afraid if I do it on the bottom, people either won't see it or it'll scrape off. So I'm just going to get stickers made because I think that's the fastest way to get my things labeled. I'm going to put them on my base plates, and I'm also going to put them on my marquee letters. So I've mentioned that I got a full set of marquee letters, and I don't have anything on those saying that they belong to me. So I think stickers that's going to be a really nice way to label them quickly. The other thing that I might get are these balloon tags. So there's an entire episode where we talk about balloon tags. Misty from Balloons by Misty works with them. And these are little waterproof tags that are like what you'd get at the grocery store to scan your preferred customer card. So you can get these printed, and they're waterproof, and they come on these little chains that link onto things. So I also think I'm going to get a bag of those to secure to the back of all of my marquee letters. The thing I like about those as well is I might actually make it so that you could take them. So if someone's at an event and they see my letters and they look at the back and there's like little keychains attached, they could take one off and bring it with them. And it also identifies who they belong to, where you can order, that the letters are rentals and they belong to me. So I am going to brand the back of my marquee letters. Now, another thing that is just straight up branding, this is something I want people to see, and I just got this week and I love it, is a wrap decal for my Air Force inflators. This is an idea I got from Tiffany from Confetti Castle. She was working at Float, and she had a Confetti Castle branded Air Force inflator. And I loved it. Even from the stage, I was in the back of the room, and from the stage, I could see the name of her company clearly displayed on her inflator as she was blowing up balloons. And I think what a great idea to bring something like that on site. People don't often stop me. When I'm working, I think people look at what I'm doing. They don't often come up and ask for a card because I don't think they want to disturb me. But if they can see the name of my company from far away, I think that helps. Or if people take a picture and my logo is on there, because again, sometimes your logo wear isn't clear, or if it's on your apron, you're facing the wrong direction. But if you have a very colorful, beautifully branded inflating machine sitting there, even if you're not there working, they can still see your information. It's kind of like a van, right? It's big enough and it's interesting enough that people will pay attention. So you can get these printed from Red Eye Studios. I'll link to them. This is Tiffany's connection that I used as well. And it was awesome because they knew what an Air Force was. They knew the template size. I didn't even make the art, I don't think. I just sent them a picture of my logo in my van and said something similar. And $40 later, I had an awesome wrap for my Air Force, and it looks so professional. It's one of my favorites and one of the quickest upgrades that I think you can do to your gear, to your equipment. Now, the other thing that I want to do, I have not done this yet, but I use sandbags quite a bit. So I like lightweight bases because for indoors, that's all you need. So I have wooden bases, but outdoors, that means you need sandbags, you need weight. So I use black sandbags that I've just gotten off of Amazon, which are essentially fabric, and then you fill them with sand. So what I'm going to do is either get those patches I was talking about and put a patch with my logo on every single sandbag, or take the sandbags before they're full of sand and just have them embroidered with my logo. I think it's a really subtle way to get your branding out there. I know some people actually will like put their branding, put their sticker on the balloons of an event. I will never do that. I personally think if someone is buying an arrangement from me, it's not my place to advertise, right? Like they have paid for it. I'm never going to put my sticker or my decal on the actual balloons. But I think putting my logo on the base, on the sandbag that's sitting on the base, is a different story. That way people at the party can enjoy the balloons. They look amazing in pictures, but if they get really close and they see that logo, it's like a nice little way to leave a card behind without leaving a card behind, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to get my sandbags embroidered, and worst case scenario, if it's like a very high-end event and it seems inappropriate to have a logo, you can flip it over and have just the plain side facing up. And it also serves as a reminder of who those sandbags belong to, because I have been at events where my sandbags get mixed up with someone else's, like a production company, and I lose 2 or 3, and that adds up. So I want to get my stuff back, and I want people to know what belongs to me. So that's my list of gear. I'm sure there's more, but the Air Force is a quick win. The sandbags, I'm going to get embroidered or put a patch on, and I'm just going to get a roll of stickers that I can put on everything. The other thing that I recently had happen was the large build that I talked about. The company that hired me for this event, they called the Balloon Adventure. I brought in 10 other artists, and they all brought their own inflators. So we were working on site together, and we all had Air Forces. We all had Twin Airs. We all had the same inflators, and a lot of them weren't labeled. So we were labeling them with like painter's tape because we didn't want to get them mixed up. So to have everything labeled, if you're ever at a situation where you're like sharing inflators or you're at a big installation, it's nice to have your name on everything right away so that there's no risk of losing or getting stuff mixed up. So that was something that I had to do kind of on the fly. I wish I had just had a roll of stickers and been like, oh, stick one of these on there. Even simple things like extension cords or my ladder. I was at a venue for 3 weeks doing this job. So like my stuff was getting mixed up with theirs. And even now I'm like, is this my power strip or is it theirs? It would have been nice to have a full roll of stickers where I could have just slapped my name on everything that was mine as I was using it. Even boxes, right? Like even big containers of balloons, just slap a sticker on there so that people know it's mine and that I'm coming back for it. All right, let's take one more break, and then we are going to get into a new category, which I'm calling stationery. So this is going to be like printed cards and things like that. So hang on, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jeff from Balloon Suite, and I get a lot of questions about how to price product, where to order product, where to get those balloons, where to get the supplies you need, and then how to manage your inventory in an easy way that isn't complicated, but also doesn't require some expensive tool or extra time every week. If you're looking for strategies to improve your business and how it operates, we've got those strategies for you over at balloonsuite.com. Check out the blog, get the value, get the business value from us. We work with hundreds of balloon decor companies, and so we know what it is you're facing. And I would love for you to get the benefit of that expertise and to check out the packages we offer to help you grow sales and get your marketing done.
All right, next category of where you can spread your marketing, and that is printed things. So this is the easiest category because you can hop onto Canva and get most of these things designed, ordered, and shipped today. Like you can use one of their templates. They do the resizing, they do the printing. It's super affordable, and there's no reason why you can't have all of these things. So the first is obviously business cards. However, I can't tell you how many times someone has asked for a card and I don't have one with me. So getting business cards, keeping them in your purse, keeping them in your car, in your van, in your wallet. Just put those things everywhere. Another thing you can get printed really quickly is a thank you card, a custom thank you. I don't send thank yous super often to for business purposes, but there are those times that I do want to send just like a follow-up for a really large job or someone I really enjoyed working with. And I think it's really a little bit more elevated if you have custom branded thank you cards. And then along the same lines, postcards. So if you don't want to do the envelope and the stamp and, you can just do a postcard with your logo, maybe with an install or something like that on there and get that printed as well. Now, this next one for me is so exciting. I saw it online. I saw it on Instagram, and this was something that Extra Betty had created. And it was a twist on the grab and go card that I have available. So I have a whole bundle that I made with Allie from Charming Garlands. We did a grab and go bundle, which means you basically can purchase not only how to make a grab and go garland, but the marketing materials and the direction card. So when someone gets a grab and go garland from me, they get like a little kit with 260s and hooks, and I put it in a cellophane bag, and then I staple this postcard that has directions of how to hang it and a QR code to an installation video. So that's all in the bundle. However, even that is a little annoying, having to put the stuff in the bag and close it and staple the card and find all the materials. So I saw that Elizabeth from Extra Betty had the directions and the card printed directly onto Ziploc bags. And the bags are cool. They come in different colors and sizes, but these were just small, sealable bags where you could get the printing directly on there. So it saves a step, but it also looks really professional and slick. So I can't wait to order some of those. All right, one more break. And then when we come back, we are going to talk about some digital marketing. Hey listeners, before we wrap up today's episode, let's talk about our fantastic sponsor, the Balloon Guild. Do you ever see amazing balloon decor online and wonder, how did they make that? The Balloon Guild is revolutionizing the industry by standardizing recipes, SOPs, and offering unparalleled training. Their mission? To elevate balloon artists worldwide, ensuring efficiency, profitability, and unparalleled professionalism. For business owners and their teams, the Balloon Guild isn't just a resource, it's a game changer for growth and development. For me, it's been the ultimate shortcut in finally getting things out of my head and onto paper, so I'm not making things up on the fly, and so my team can work together to create consistent, fast decor. Visit their platform today at theballoonguild.com or by using the link in the show notes. New recipes and resources are released every month. Okay, let's wrap up this episode, but really quick, just a few very easy digital areas where you can increase your marketing. The first is your email signature. If you don't have your logo or a link to your website, some people put photos of themselves in their email signature. That is a place that people are already looking for that information, so you should update that. It's really easy in the signature settings on either Gmail, or if you use 17 Hats, you can set up a custom signature. That is a very easy and obviously free way to incorporate your branding into your communication. And the other thing is your Instagram or Facebook profile photo. This one is a little bit more subtle, but if you have logo colors, you can either wear that color shirt or you can stand in front of a backdrop that's the same color. Maybe you do like a balloon display in your branding colors and you take a photo and use that as your headshot. Along those same lines, this one is not quick and is not easy, but this was a tip I got from the Balloons episode. Dolly said that she spent a lot of time creating all of her balloon arrangements in her branding colors for their company. So when you go and send those to your customers or you put them together into a menu or a catalog, all of the balloons are actually created using your logo colors. I think that is really awesome. That's something that's going to take a lot of planning, something that I definitely have on my list of things to do. Not something I'm going to check off my list quickly, but I do think that that is like next level. I love that idea. Okay, I am going to wrap it up there. I hope I have given you a few ideas of where you can elevate your branding so that people know who you are. They can see your business name. They can see what belongs to you. Sometimes it's function, but a lot of times it's just getting your name out there and elevating your appearance and the impression that you make on people. And I hope some of these things are ideas that you take advantage of. I know I certainly have a list to get to quickly. I'm excited about all these ideas. Some I'm implementing and some I plan to implement soon. And they are mostly thanks to all of the great guests that have come on this podcast that have shared these great tips. All right, I will talk to you in the next episode. Thanks for listening. As usual, I tried to keep it bright and light. Our presenting sponsor is 17 Hats, the CRM I use to cut the chaos and manage my entire balloon business. From the lead capture form on my website to workflows and email templates, invoicing and grab-and-go garland automated bookings, it's all powered by 17 Hats, the best customer relationship management system for balloon businesses. There's even a 50% off coupon code waiting for you in the show notes wherever you're listening. I'll see you next week in another episode.